Serving fresh, locally grown, and organic food is a passion for our next guest. Miss Julie is the owner of the vegan restaurant Miss Julie's Kitchen in Akron, a business she started as a stay-at-home mom. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So, Miss Julie, becoming a vegan, there's a bit of a learning curve if you did not grow up that way. Did you grow up that way, or how did you get into this?
No, absolutely not. I was 35 years old. I had a heart attack. I weighed 350 pounds. And my mother had actually gone vegan a year before this. And I had listened to her for a whole year telling me what to do. And of course I didn't do it because it was my mom. And one day when I just was like struck with this serious pain, and I went to the hospital, and they're like, you're gonna have a stroke, your blood pressure's high, you gave me 4 or 5 prescriptions, and all I could hear the whole time in the doctor's office was my mother, if you just ate vegetables, you'd be fine. So I went home and I threw away the prescriptions and I started eating salad. For 2 weeks I ate salad and cleaned out the cabinets, and I didn't tell anybody like what had happened or anything. And then finally after 2 weeks I called my mom and I'm like, I need some information because this is terrible. I'm gonna starve to death. We don't know what to eat. So she hooked me up with books and videos and information, and I just absorbed it. And I had a catering business before, so I just some of the recipes I was looking at in the beginning, the vegan, vegetarian recipes, I didn't like them. I wasn't happy with them because I was used to, flavorful and food. So I just took what I knew from my catering business and applied it to the new information. And next thing I knew, I was the incredible shrinking woman, and I lost 150 pounds.
That
and
is amazing.
I got better, my heart got better, my blood pressure came to normal, my cholesterol went to normal, I learned how to play tennis. It's just a whole nother life.
So the heart attack transformed your life.
Transformed my life.
So how long has Miss Julie's Kitchen been open?
Well, I started a home bakery in '07, and then I opened the restaurant in 2010.
That's amazing. This is award-winning food.
Yes.
And tell us about some of the stuff you brought and what's served at your restaurant.
Okay. Well, we have a huge menu and a full bakery, and we do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Soup, salad, sandwiches, the whole 9 yards. I bake almond bread fresh myself. This is whole spelt bread. Spelt is a grain similar to wheat, but it has not been hybridized or genetically modified. It's certified organic, and it's local. And they grind it fresh for me every week. It's full of fiber, a little higher in protein, really good for the people who are trying to lower the gluten in their diet. So our sandwiches are served on the bread that I make. I also use the spelt for our cookies, and we make waffles. We use local organic oats also. The cookies have local sunflower oil, they have local oats, they have local sorghum molasses, just all these things from other local producers that they're doing organically and locally, and
now,
they're phenomenal.
You grow a lot of your own food too?
I do. The salad you have here, I did not grow the spinach. That's from another local farm, Breezy Hill Farm. And the burgers that are on top, this was my award-winning dish from the Vegan Iron Chef competition a couple of years ago. And we were judged on local ingredients and organic. And we grow edamame beans because it's a great source of protein. And you can freeze them, and then we use them all year long. So we literally just pulled those out of the freezer yesterday and made the burgers. And they have turnips and radishes that are fresh and local out of my friends' greenhouses. And yeah.
How much time do you spend doing this? It seems like it might
We spend a lot of time. And another thing I'm really keen about is creating jobs around local food. I don't believe that we should be, for nutrition purposes and economic purposes, trucking our foods all across the country all the time and eating out of season and things that aren't, too expensive. And so.
Do you teach cooking classes? Could
I
somebody
do.
learn to do this at home?
Oh yeah, I did. I just started reading recipes and you have to be adventurous though. You have to try things. You can't I wrote 3 cookbooks, and I thought I was gonna save the world, and then I realized that people buy cookbooks and try one recipe, mark some off, right? And they sit in a stack by the chair, or they go on the shelf. And I realized what really was the key to helping people change their diet is to let them taste it. Because once you try that oatmeal cookie, you're not going back. There's nothing better. I mean, normal people, regular people who come out of nowhere, just like, what?
A comment I hear a lot, because I'm a dietitian, and I get very frustrated with this comment because I don't believe it's true. People say it's more expensive to eat healthy.
It's not, especially if you cook your own. There's nothing less expensive and more nutrient dense than greens and beans and fruits and raw vegetables. There's nothing better for you, and it's the least expensive food in the grocery store.
It really is.
It really is. You just have to learn how to cook it and flavor it and make it taste like something you want to eat.
Now, how do you come up with a recipe idea?
I like to eat,
Okay.
and I like it
That's
to taste
pretty easy.
good, right? So a lot of times I'll go and I'll like have an ingredient, or I'll want to grow something, and I'm like, oh, this is really good, but I don't know what to do with it. And I'll just look for ideas in other books and recipes, and I like looking at other cultures' cooking because they tend to not use the same 5 ingredients over and over again like we do. So it helps me, like, it kind of inspires me to look at other cultures' foods and how they flavor, right? Because we don't flavor so well here sometimes. So, and these are kale chips. This is kale. We bake it with tahini and nutritional yeast. Super nutrient dense. Kale is local. Come out of my friend's hoop house last week. And these are dehydrated flaxseed crackers. It's flax, chia, hemp, and sunflower seeds. We eat a lot of hemp seeds for essential fatty acids and for protein. So they go nicely with the chia and the flax, and it's all raw, no grain. Great for dipping.
All right, I'm going to try one.
Yeah, they're
but
great.
you
You
know
can
I
have
have a
flax in your
cold
teeth.
today. If I keep coughing, you got to finish the interview out.
Okay.
So I'll try one and see how it tastes. It looks delicious. I've seen this at
are.
some of the health food stores.
They are. And you know, one of the cool things about our stuff is we make everything fresh.
That's really
it's not,
good. Wow.
It's not trucked around. It's not sitting in warehouses. It's, you know, every day we get up, you know, me and my girls, and we start every day just over again. We bake everything fresh every day. We just, you know, every other day if we have to, but.
And it's nice to have a place to go out if you do want to eat vegan and healthy, to have a choice.
I hear that a lot. And you know, the funniest thing is when people come in and they realize that we're all vegan, we're predominantly gluten-free, it's organic and locally grown, and they just stand there and then they don't know what to eat because there's too many
Right,
choices.
right.
Because you're used to going in like, what am I going to eat?
Well, while I eat a kale chip, tell our audience
Okay.
where your restaurant is located.
Okay, we're on South Main Street in Firestone Park, near where they just built the new Bridgestone Tech Center. So we're about 3 miles south of downtown Akron, in the South Akron neighborhood. And I also farm in South Akron on Ira Road in the Summit Lake neighborhood.
How can they find you on Facebook? What is your...
Just Ms. Julie's Kitchen, MS, Ms. Julie's Kitchen.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's
Thank
been
you.
wonderful. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Mind, Body, and Spirit.